To the darkness after you're free to take flight. When does the dream begin again? When does the moment move me to the end? And what will be, what will always take again? For the shadow has become one with all that is unknown. So the spirit dwells within, thus swallow its brilliant load. But I don't know what was wrong with life, 'cause I lived in every day. Every second, every hour I fade. Why can't I just crawl into the grave? So I shine a light within again and again, and the spark becomes a flame. A window of tomorrow shines with the light as it dances on the willow's tail. So shadow swallows me. I feel not lost but free. I feel the light fade as I begin to slowly go away. This is not my bitter It's a transformation, that's all, my friend. With the light as it dances on the willow's tail, so shadow swallows me. I feel not lost but free. I feel the light fade.
Whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Good morning, my beautiful stars. Let me turn the light on. I forgot to turn my light on. Up. Hi, everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. As you can see behind me, I am the Unknown Prophet. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. These are ethereal fire readings. They are the most intense readings you will ever get here. I am blunt as hell. I do not sugarcoat it. I will tell you exactly what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. I am doing great, Elka. It's nice to see you in early and stuff. I got on my OBS this morning and it changed something in the settings, so I had to go back in there, re-sign up for a bunch of different things, get it all ready to reset up. So that's why I'm a half an hour late, because I had to deal with that shit. So because Streamlabs kind of introduced a new thing to it, now I've got the ability to have Streamlabs chat on here as well. So if someone does happen to chat from YouTube, I can actually do a reading from there now. So if you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch and you want a reading, please let me know in the chat. I don't know how it works on the other side of YouTube. So I don't know if there's a queue you can join there or not. So for now, I want to stay here on Twitch. So if you want a reading, you gotta come here. Good thing I was early, or else I would have come 4 hours late. I suck at my time management. Well, you know, you're not the only one there, Elka. Hopefully my how did that thing go for you yesterday? Before we get into readings, how did things go for you yesterday? I'm gonna take this off. I don't need that. I'm gonna get rid of that and go back to my original plan. Ah, returning to the EVIL plan once again. But fuck me. Okay. Yep. There we go. All right. Now back here, and we're back. So you got some rest. Maybe that, you know, I thought I was telling you something like to refill the cup and stuff like that. So that might be just exactly what you needed. That 11 hours of deep, restful sleep. So, you know, hey, it sounds like a good day to me. It sounds like a best day to me. I don't know about you, but sounds like the plan. So, yeah, so, you know, you refilled the battery, you know, and unfortunately, you see what happened was you wouldn't take care of it, so your body took care of it for you. It said, sleep, and you did. Now, whether you got restful sleep or not, I don't know, but got one more regular cigarette after this, and then I gotta go to smoking non-binary whatever. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get into doing readings here because I know Crypto's in the queue, I know Elka's in the queue, and I'm going. No, you just gave me your numbers and stuff, so we're gonna get going with 3 and 28 today. And do you want an answer to a question or just a general there, Elka? Let me do my cleansing shuffle for you though, and get rid of some of this junk on my desk. Cleansing shuffle for Elka. Cleansing shuffle for Elka. Hey, and if you don't have a question, just say, yeah, okay, just the usual. So unless you come in here and ask for a specific question, I'll just give you a general from now on. Unless you say, I have a question today. I'll try to remember that, because I will ask a billion times before. Ooh, they like it here. Okay, I got it. Buzz, got it. All right, here we go with your official 3 shuffles. Okay, got it. Yeah, okay. That's a deal. That's a deal. So we got 3 and we've got 28 to go. So here are your 3 official shuffles. 1, 2. Almost had a God card. And 3 God cards. All right, and welcome in, Sage, to the queue. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. We will get to you. I go in order, so make sure that you stay in the queue. If you're not here when I call your name out, since I don't recognize your name, please let me, just want to let you know sometimes my readings take a while, okay? But thank you for coming in. So if you change your name from something to something else, guys, please let me know so that I know, because it doesn't always show me that you're a new, when you're a VIP and you changed your name or something like that, you know, I don't always recognize you. That's okay. So we had the 3 shuffle. Now we've got the 28. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, I love your friends to come here. Welcome in, new friend. I love it. 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 28th card is now on top. And Elka wants a general reading for today. Plus, we got God cards for you. Well, welcome in, Sage, to my readings. So you're about to see Elka get hers for today. I'm telling you, Elka. The problem, the thing that I see going on, yeah, we got God cards, 2 of them. 2 God cards. If you get God cards, I always tell you how many you get right away. So you know what you're in for. So, what do the gods want you to know for today? I know life seems hard sometimes. Life can get to us all. We can live in a lot of different stages of life. Even living in life, we renew sometimes. And sometimes we rebuild, and sometimes we're broken, and sometimes we heal, and sometimes we get back together, and then we find this crescendo, this little part where we think we're, who we are, My wife comes to remind you not to be so stubborn by allowing the problems to get to you. You can't keep swimming around every issue all of the time. Her lesson is all about pushing through and understanding that the lessons she was learning were helping her heal. So what you're going through right now is a stage of healing. It's like the whale breaching the surface floor for the first time in a long time. You're taking a breath of air in your lungs. It's not just a need. It's an absolute need to get that air. It's not a want. It's not something you want. It's something you need. You need to breathe. So you go up, you gather all of that happy you can get, all of that joy you can get while you're up in the happy. And then when you go down to face the ocean once again, you see the world in a new, different way. Because now you don't swim around everything, you swim through it. Unless it's something so big you can't move past it. There will be those moments. But she comes to remind you that you can break free of that. That you can jump out of that ocean's floor and find your joy again. Sometimes we put on masks. I'm not saying you're putting on a mask, but sometimes we put this safety in front of us. It's not necessarily a mask for you. It's more like a barrier or boundary. More like a boundary. Like, I hit a wall and I can't go any further. You know what I'm saying? Your energy is very, very welcoming with me. But what I feel for you, for other people, is it's not you need to discover what's underneath the mask of. It's everybody else that shows you their mask. You have to understand why they do it and why they're doing it to you. Remember, these are people who love you. They just do it every day. It's like clockwork for them. They don't even try to do this stuff. But maybe if you sat them down and said, you just need to be you. I don't need anything else from you but that. Love me, yes, please love me, okay? But if the person you love isn't loving you back, well, then you can decide what you want to do with that information, okay? But I believe that this underneath the surface, that you need to dig and get underneath the surface of something in your life right now. And whatever you're trying to reach, you've already got it within you. You just have to stop seeing other people's masks and start seeing them for who they really are, just like you want them to see you for who you really are. And that's why you got the acceptance in the future, because that's where we're going. We're going to that place of acceptance. We're moving through the stages of grief, the stages of life. We found new life. We found new joy. We have to use that joy. Sometimes, even though we found joy, there are still things underneath the surface we need to deal with. We find that in acceptance when we come up again for that second breath of air, and we know who we are, we know where we're going, and we know what we're going to go do, because now we've accepted all the parts of who we used to be, all the parts we are right now, all the parts we want to be. One second. Acceptance in all areas of your life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So, what is the universe trying to give you right now? Elka, the universe is just trying to give you joy again, to help you find that joy again, that zest for life, that happy, that I'm feeling fulfilled feeling, that I deserve this stuff that's coming my way. All of it. It's time for you to enjoy your life again. Finding new breath. Enjoying that moment. Enjoying when you break that surface floor. Okay, I'll give you a coffee. Hydrate for a second. Okay? But you have to enjoy what you find in yourself and in others. Find the happy and let that be the thing you love the most about that person. Find and enjoy your acceptance. Now let's break that down for a second, okay? What brings you joy? What brings you acceptance? What does this mean to you that you aren't paying attention to? Because you want this so bad. You want this happy, accepting feeling inside of yourself. Guess what? I'm still dealing with this myself. I deal with it every single day. I wake up in the morning and I have to convince myself sometimes I am capable of all of this BS that I come here and say to you sometimes. Because sometimes I question. Because we all question things, you know? When things don't go the right way, when things don't happen the way we want them to. But I had to find a way to find joy in everything I did again. The reason I have the best day ever is because one little thing is not going to ruin my day. One big bad event. My wife went to the hospital yesterday because she wasn't breathing very well, okay? She's fine, but we didn't know what was going on. She's got whooping cough. You know, that's only for people who are like babies and really old people. So she's got something that is just a normal part of aging, but we didn't know. So she had to find that way to find that acceptance. Why do we go to a hospital? Because we're trying to get healed and find out what the answers to the problems are. They do a bunch of tests and tell us what's going on. So your test is to find the joy again. And then we got your God cards. If that ain't the truth. If that isn't the truth. And I mean the absolute truth there. You know, your gods even are coming to say this, Elka, that the past that you had, your story, your life, everything that's happened up to today is catalyst for that future you want the most. You have to start to utilize that past and ignite that goddamn future you want. It's time to strike the match. It's time to put it against the grain and see if we can get sparks from this thing. Is it raining out? No, it's not raining out here right now, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm not an emotional mess. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever is coming next. I'm ready for the next challenge. I'm ready for whatever the universe has to throw at me. Be careful what you wish for because you're going to get it. But you ignite your path from what you've learned in the past. Now, that means something, and I don't know what it means. But they definitely are calling you out on it. And one of them wants to kick your ass for not doing what you said you were going to do. A girl, tall, skinny, more like Rowena from she's got like a Rowena kind of a vibe about her. She's mischievous. She's got a little bit of a dark side about her, but she's fun dark side, not really dark side. I don't know if this person means anything to you. You're next, Crypto. Okay? I'm just finishing up with Elka right now because I'm feeling something for her, and I want to make sure she gets the message. So if you feel like you've got the message, say, got it, received, and I can move on. But I'm kind of feeling a connection here between you and your higher power here. So, Elko, when you're next... Got it. All right. So I'm going to move on then to the next person in line. You're welcome. All right. So next person in line is Crypto Girl. Crypto, how have you been, sweetheart? Hopefully this issue you've been having lately has finally resolved. But I'm cleansing these cards off for you. Okay. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say about that. I was just reading your message here. Some office lady came to the door with a clipboard. When you were away, she left a business card at the door. Appears to be from the DA's office. Can you check why she came in? Is she trying to serve me, serve my man? Or did she get the wrong address? Okay, well, let's see what they have to say to you today. Okay, they like it here. 10 and 10 for you, Crypto. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, too many. 7, 8. God cards. 9, 10. You got 2 God cards today, Crypto. All right, and the 10th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Why did this office lady come to your door, and what is she trying to find from you? What does she need from you, right? That's kind of what we're wondering, right? What did she actually need from us? Okay. Found one of my cigarette butts. Okay. Got it. So, Crypto. Most of what's going on here, I think, is from what I'm feeling as far as the psychic thing. I don't necessarily think it's a serving issue. I think it's a... Did you make a complaint to a previous job or something like that, where you made a complaint to an official place because they were doing wrong things? Do you remember doing something like that 4 to 5 years ago? Does this make sense? Okay, so that's not it then. All right, so what I'm seeing then, and why this molding card I think is popping up, is because there's something she needs you to help with her case. I don't necessarily think it's for you personally, but I do think it involves you. Either it's with your man, a place of work, some place where you made a complaint to somebody of authority, and now that's coming back because now it's time to do some work and maybe prove that. But it might be the place you're working now. It might be a bunch of different things. DAs come to people for a lot of different reasons. But if they left a card and they didn't leave a notice, then they just need you to talk to them. They would have left a notice on the door. They would have left a notice saying, I need you to contact me in X amount of time. This is you being served at your place of business. They can legally do that because it's your legal address and your legal business where your job resides. So they come there to serve you or maybe ask you the questions that they need to answer that you might have some information on. You might not even know you know this information. I'd call her and ask her what she needs from you first before we make assumptions. Because it feels like she needs something to build her case against something else. And you might not have the full picture of what's going on right now, but calling her will absolutely resolve that. You will understand what's going on and how to fight against it. So don't be afraid to call the number, because I've had this situation. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's for your husband. I don't think it's for you. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm getting in my head. But it does involve family. So the circle is about family and close people who are surrounding you in your life. So whatever it is, it's because of something family related, something where you added the logs to the fire to keep something going and somebody else was doing something else they weren't supposed to be doing, and now it's catching up to them a little bit, right? Something to do with the great sadness in their life. Does any of this make sense for your husband's story at all? Does any of this make sense? Would this make sense if it was your husband who's being read right now? Because the thing I'm getting most of all in my... Hey, I-420 guys in the chat! Everybody say hi to I-420 guy. Hey, buddy, how you been? So... Because... The Destiny card, when I flipped that and saw the Depression card, right? I felt like I'm overwhelmed with grief, with sadness, with something that... Okay, so that could be it. losing a job or feeling like you're not worthy of men are weird like that. We lose a job, we think we can't provide for our people. So that brings up a bunch of ugly emotions of self-doubt, fear, anxiety, stuff like that. I bet it has something to do with that. I bet it's just him being a part of the case to build against that person. I think that's all it really is. But it's something that will help him overcome whatever he had to deal with from getting laid off, his sadness. Maybe he can even get some retro pay out of this. You never know, okay? But whatever is going on in his life, it's kind of dragging him down a little bit. It's making him question who he is, what the big picture is, what his family's all about. It's a male ego issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for me to say that as a man, but it's true. This makes sense when I'm thinking of your husband and thinking of all of this. When you're asking me, is this for you or somebody else? I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's someone close to you. So I can guess my best guess would be the husband, and that's when I felt that. Right. Right. I don't feel like it's related to you. I think that because you were involved somehow, you might have some information, but I believe it's the other. They're trying to get to the other person through you. It could be that too. It's an event of great sadness involving family. You're involved somehow. Even being in a neighbor and seeing nothing is still saying something. So you see where I can get confused there, because you've got a couple of different things you're worried about there. So, but when you ask me that question, that's your answer. I don't believe this is specifically for you. I believe it's someone who's related to you. As someone who has to overcome a great sadness, or someone who's close to you. So if your neighbor's really close to you or was really close to you, maybe that opens up something for them to get any survivors help. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the gods have to tell you. Ooh, finding out what's underneath the surface, embracing life again. Maybe this is something you need to discover what's going on here. The surface card is about finding out what's going on underneath the surface of things. Like I said, rarely talk. You were a neighbor of hers. There was a accident or whatever happened over there. Did she do that? Yeah, don't even know their names. Okay, so like I said, this is situational. It could be that, but honestly, it feels like something closer than your neighbor, honestly. To be really honest with you. Hey, lady, how's it going? But something's underneath the surface you need to discover and bring it to the surface. So something will be revealed that you needed to know. That will help you re-embrace yourself again and maybe give you something that you thought you didn't really need, but it's coming your way. Because this embrace card is all about embracing everything that you are. It could be that, but they're usually pretty anal about that. They check the address, so unless your address matched that address to that office and they got the wrong person, well, I still call, I still make sure it wasn't you. Maybe that's all you need, but whatever this is coming up, it's going to help reveal something you need to know about that will help you re-embrace life again. That's all I'm getting for you. That this is something you have to go through to find out the answer to. They're not giving me specifics. They're giving me bits and pieces of this. Well, maybe this is what helps you get there, Crypto. That's what I'm saying. They're saying that this could help bring you that whatever you need. Well, that's your answer, Crypto. You'll have to find out. I'm sorry that I have to say that, but If they're not being clear with me, I can't be clear with you. So they're giving me a wishy-washy answer, but the definite answer that I'm feeling most of all is it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with someone you're close to. Okay? That's the biggest message I got. Hey, all jelly, all jelly. Hey, I'm gonna call you AJ. AJ, what's up, buddy? Or young lady, whichever the case may be, please let me know your pronouns. So I'm going to cleanse these cards off. Okay, young lady, thank you for that, AJ. Young lady, I will forget, so please remind me. Guys, if I screw up on your pronouns, I'm sorry. I do the best I can with these names, so I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but you know. So we're going to get into doing Sage's reading. Welcome in, Sage. First time here. Let me explain how it goes. I know Elka probably did this already, but it's my gig. I want to say it. You're in the room of the ethereal fire readings. I will kick your spiritual ass, and I will make you know exactly what you need to know, not what you want to know. So be prepared for this reading because it's going to kick some spiritual ass today. I can already feel it even before I start doing this stupid shuffle, okay? That's why I'm doing this a little bit. So please choose your numbers wisely. What are the numbers? Please choose a shuffle amount, 1 through 10. Then choose a shuffle amount, 1 through 52. Those are the only two numbers you need to worry about. Everything else I will bring with you. If you have a question you want me to answer, just put it so I can understand it. Put it as simply as possible so I can understand it. Pretend like I'm a 10-year-old and you have to explain everything to me, okay? But, I don't need long sentences either. And if you just want a general, just say general, and then I tell you what you need to know, and I will do what I have to do in order to work that out. So, I-420 guy, you're next. AJ, you're last in line. So as soon as you let me know what kind of reading you want, I'll do your. I'm gonna see where the cards want me to leave them for you for today. Cause I gotta finish my cleansing shuffle now that I know your numbers. Ooh, okay. Well, we're ready. You general. Okay, so here are your 6 official shuffle, Sage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sage, you have a 6 God card message. This is the most I can get for a God card. So any other card that falls out after it, and I've got 1 shuffle left, doesn't count. So you have a 6 God card message today. We'll get to that after your reading. And then your last and final shuffle is 7. And then we go to the 19th card with the general reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I know. I know. You didn't curse her. They need to talk to her. This isn't a curse. This is an honor. Her gods want to communicate with her. That's a big deal. 6 cards is a big deal. That's a very strong message from them to you. So when we get to that part, I hope you'll listen. But here we go with the reading that I said we're ready to go. So let's get... You guys are funny. All right. Ooh. Ooh. I knew this one was going to kick some ass. Damn. Oof. Oofty oofty. Now I am fixing the hat for effect. Because when I feel a spiritual butt kick come on, it's time. It's go time. It's go time, Sage. Are you finally ready for change? Are you finally ready to let the bullshit go? Are you finally ready to take your life and your destiny back into your own two fucking hands. Are you ready? Are you? Are you ready? Because I got a message for you you really need to hear. My mom came today. And when my mom shows up, there's something that I've got to tell you. First of all, let me explain what my mother's like. Because there's a story here. Everything has a story a little bit, okay? My mom, one of the most beautiful, giving, loving women you will ever meet. But she gave too much of herself to everybody else. She lived for everybody else before she lived for herself. She never got to accomplish what she wanted to do. She never got to do her dream. She never got to do that moment in herself where she finally found something that actually filled her hole. Now, part of the story there. So, what she had to learn as a magical person was how to find that balance between give and take. You've given. Now it's time to take. I know that seems very foreign to you, but now is the time to receive things, not to give them away. So my mom was like a gardenia rose in nature is. She could grow in the light. She could grow in the dark. She was a very symbiotic plant that tried to live in balance. But if a gardenia rose gives too much of its own proteins or whatever away, then that plant dies. Just like my mom almost died. Inside, at least. You know? Because she kept giving away everything to everybody else. Right? So, there are times when you need to grow in the light. There are times when you need to grow in the dark. There are times when you need to give. There are times when you need to take. And then you have to do the figure eight of it and balance it as best as you can. But there are 3 messages I feel you really need to hear today. So I really want you to listen up because I'm about to explain some things to you. When you're ready, say, I am ready for my 3 messages. Because I want to know you're ready. All right, Sage. Where's my smoke? Pause for dramatic effect. I'm going to have to find a way to space that better. All right, here you go. Your 3 messages from my mother to you, and that includes the mother I believe in heaven, as well as my mother here on earth, because my mom did pass away, but her spirit's always with me, because she told me these 3 things that I absolutely needed to hear, and I feel like you need to hear these today to start that journey that you've been waiting to take. Number 1, you, my friend, have the power. The power of a God in your very finger. You are strong and powerful. I don't ever want to hear the words, I do not have the power from you, ever again. Because you have the power. Nobody else has your kind of power. Your power is absolute. Your power for you is great. My power for me is great. We share our powers together. But you have the power. Number 2. And I say this with all my love and affection. You are absolutely loved by more people than you could ever possibly imagine. You have no idea the kind of heart that you have given to people. You don't see it. You haven't seen it. But I want you to know that everything you've done for people made them love you just a little bit more every single day. Number 3. So I never want to hear the words, I am not loved ever again from you. Because you are absolutely and beautifully loved. 3rd and final, and probably the most important thing I need to tell you. Because remember that finger I told you you had the power with? Remember this finger? The finger that starts everything off for you in your life? It's time to take your God finger, put it down in the sands of time, and carve your own goddamn destiny into the sands of time. Create your new timeline today. Let me say that one more time. You have the power to carve your own goddamn destiny into existence. Those are my messages from my mother to you. And I say that with all the love and affection in my heart. I do, Mom. And to you too, Sage. So let's move on. Because we got more to do. More work to be done. Because we're trying to find acceptance right now. We're trying to find what we need to fill the little tiny holes up. It's time to stop chasing the want of your life. You know, the sugar cookie that makes you feel better for a temporary fix. Oh, I'll just take a little bit from next check in order to save now. Oh, I'll make another excuse here. Oh, I'll make 10 more excuses here over here. And I'll make even more excuses over here. But I can't accept myself if I keep doing that. I have to accept all of me. The good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the indifferent, the crazy, the absolutely insane about yourself. It's time to find that acceptance, but the only person who can ever give it to you is you, Sage. So, know that you are accepted by a lot of things in this world. You just don't recognize it because you're too colorblind to see it right now. Colors are coming back in like the Wizard of Oz. One moment you're black and white, the second moment you're in color. Okay? But then we get to your last and final card for the past, present, and future, and then we got a destiny card to talk about. Because you drew my unison card. So you got my mom and me together in a reading. Okay? Let me explain the dynamic between me and my mom. I was a mama's boy. My mom was my hero. My mom was everything to me. I didn't always listen to my mom. I did a lot of bad things as a kid. I'm not going to say I ran away from home 10 different times. I tried to kill myself 3 or 4 different times while I was younger. Tried to do it a couple more times when I was older too. You know, but I finally got what she was trying to tell me when she told me those 3 things for the first time. The reason I became Unison to begin with, because before I was the unknown prophet, I called myself Unison. The reason I did that is because I have a very real chemical reaction that happens in my brain that doesn't allow me to understand some social things and some social settings and stuff like that. And I also have a learning disability, and also I has a little bit of ADHD. I'm on the line for, I'm like way under the, where you would test for it and stuff like that. But I'm close to the lines for ADHD. I'm close to a lot of lines, but I don't reach enough of it to be qualified for things like that. You know what I'm saying? But I had 2 separate worlds that I had to learn to live with. The good Josh and the bad Josh. Didn't know how to cooperate with one another. It was either be the good boy or act out and be the kind of kid who just did whatever the fuck he wanted whenever the fuck he wanted it. Right? But I had to find a way to bring those 2 worlds together because I couldn't fight against myself anymore. I kept going in my mind, which one is right, which one is wrong, which one is right, which one is wrong. And I said to myself, why can't I just walk in the gray? Why can't I just be in the gray area here? So I created what I call the gray in between. You know, that part where the black and white meet, where it turns gray finally? I learned how to walk in between 2 different worlds. I learned how to not take every step into the darkness as a failure. I took it as a challenge to overcome. I did take positive steps in my life, but they didn't always cure my problems. So I had to take a step back to make sure I understood the lesson sometimes. But I had to learn how to bring note A and note B together to create that symphony, that unison song, that beautiful crescendo moment when you know you have reached the one moment in your life you've been waiting for, to feel whole and complete. So I became unison to feel whole and complete. A whole mission during this, when I took this name, was to become one with myself. I obtained that, and I outgrew it and became someone better. But that was the start. That was the start of the healthy me. That was the start of me doing right by myself in my life. And this is the destiny card. So when you get this card, especially in your future can be whatever the fuck you can imagine. Because I'll tell you what, I followed a dream when I was 8 years old because of a dream I had when I was 8 years old. I am living the exact life I've always wanted to live because I followed a fucking dream when I was 8 years old. Okay? So don't give me excuses like you can't do this shit. What is getting in your way is the question now. The ice block. Ooh, ice block. You know, you've not been here before, so I've got to explain the ice block to you. Well, right now you're putting bury up, 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 bury up. You build such a wonderful wall that it's turned ice cold to protect you. Because nothing's getting through this thing. You're going to stay locked away from anything that could cause you harm at all. We're going to stay in our really safe spot. So we know we're going to survive, right? It's all about survival. No fucking it isn't. You've been trapped in a cage. No light gets in. Barely any air gets in. Barely any food gets in. You might be living in a safe, comfy, warm spot, but you're not living in a healthy way. You got to bring down those barriers. Yeah, I know it's Thursday. Bring down those barriers and start to chip away at the barriers you put up. Because you know what you're blocking yourself from? The happy. That's what you're blocking yourself from. The happy. So take your little golden hammer out, or your big sledgehammer golden hammer out, and start smacking the walls down. Because that's how you can overcome all of your obstacles. The barriers in your way will help you find those 3 things I told you about. Find that balance. Find a way to grow in any situation you are put in. And find that balance within yourself. Through your past to your present, we find acceptance within ourselves. We're going to go through a period of questioning, but this questioning is all to figure out, who do I want to be? You get to be whatever you want, buddy. Whatever you want, buddy, guy, girl, whatever your pronoun is. But you've got to bring these 2 words together to finally get through. And then you just break through the damn ice, and then boom, happy comes in. And happy loves you, and happy wants to be around you. Since it is your first time here, I have something I need to say to you before we do anything else. These are called God cards, Sage. And this goes out for AJ too as well. So pay attention. If you get God cards, it applies to you as well. These are the most extreme messages I receive from my higher power. They are not a message from me. They are a message from your higher power trying to answer a question you've given them recently or been thinking a lot about. You said, please give me a goddamn answer already. And now they came to give you the goddamn answer. So you better sit down and listen. But I give people a choice when they're the first time here because they are extreme. So I always ask, when you're first time here, do you want me to reveal your God cards? You do not have to see these cards. I can shuffle them and put them right away, right now. You never have to know what's under them. But they do hopefully answer a question you've been asking. And they will give you that answer straightforward. And since you got such a big-ass message, you do want to see them. I kind of thought you would, but I have to ask. First time chatter, I have to ask. So, how this normally works is a physical, mental, and spiritual reading for you. What do I mean by it? Hey, I need you to embrace your inner woman for 5 seconds and embrace your PMS, okay? Physical, mental, and spiritual. Laugh all you want, ladies. We use that a lot in class. So, what do you need to do better in your life in a physical way? Don't let the sadness keep getting to you. You are the sun in the sky. You are the one who breaks through the clouds. You are the one who breaks the clouds apart. Don't let the world cloud your land. You are the more powerful person who can shine through anything in your life. Don't think about every decision to with an inch of its life. Sometimes you just got to grab one of those dreams and say, I'm going for it no matter what. Win, lose, whatever happens, I know that I'm going to complete this journey here. I'm not going to keep thinking about it all the time. Contemplation card is all about overthinking. And overthinking so much that you stare into that little jar of marbles and go, I don't know which one to pick. So there is something that you might be overcomplicating in your physical being right now that maybe you need to understand it better. If you're going through depression right now and you need help with that, and that's got you in a confused mind, this almost feels like a mental, but it's a physical thing because maybe there's a chemical reaction you don't know about, or maybe there's something going on with your body you don't know about. So just kind of understand if you are going through some depression and symptoms right now and some confusion right now, that there is help for you in pretty much any place. If you're in America, I can say that, but if you're in any other country, I can't say that. But so they're saying to you that whatever's going on right now, don't overthink it, and don't let the sadness get to you. It's draining your battery, basically. Mental. They want you to finally release this old self of yours. The self that you no longer want to be. Everything that you don't want within you, it's time to let it go and set it free. I have a task for you today. A task that I will tell you about because it will help you get the big picture. So, I am going to tell you my rock ritual. When I originally did this rock ritual, I was a very confused young man who had a lot of depression and sadness in him. So just know that at the time I was doing this, maybe you're doing this as well because you need this. So I need you to go do something for me today. You go outside today and I want you to find an ugly old rock laying in your yard somewhere. Whatever size you want, as long as it can fit in the palm of your hand and you can throw it. Okay? No special markings or anything on it. Just a normal, ugly rock. Okay? And I need you to bring that into the house with you. And I need you to wash it clean. Then I want you to ask your higher power to create a void in that rock. A rock void that is so powerful, it can suck any and all negativity away from you. But there is one thing you are responsible for. One thing that you need to let go of. One thing only. Not 5 things, not 3 things. One major thing you're ready to be free of. And you're going to think about that and put that into that rock every day. You're going to hold that rock after you've washed it and say, you're going to take this all from me. And once it's in here, it doesn't leave until it touches ground again. And I want you to think about that every single day until you feel like that rock is good and full. Or you think you got it all out and it's all in that rock. Okay? Then I want you to go find some open field somewhere. Someplace you can never ever get that rock back ever again. No special markings. Don't put your name on it. Nothing that could indicate it was yours at one time. Just like I said, a normal ugly rock that you've spiritually put a void in, that once it touches ground, all of that energy goes back into the earth or back to heaven or wherever the energy goes. It doesn't come back to you. It gets recycled. Okay? So I want you to go out to a field and I want you to gather all the last remaining shit that you want to let go of. Think about it and put it in that rock and then throw it as far away from you as possible. But it has to be a place you can never ever get that rock back. So into a lake, into a forest where you don't know where it lands. If you're going to throw it someplace randomly, make sure that you have someone there or give it to someone. You have to be the one who throws the rock. You can't give it to somebody else. Then I need you to do the second part of this. I need you to go buy yourself or find yourself a pretty rock. Whatever rock you feel connected to. Whether that be a quartz rock or whether that be a certain stone that you like. Go get that stone and wash it clean again, but only this time you're going to put that beautiful light in it that's going to capture any and all happiness from you that you don't need, all the extra. Everything that will fill you first, and then fill the rock next. So fill that magic back up into you. As you are holding that rock, ask that rock to put the most brilliant, beautiful light in it that can restore any and all healing to you physically, mentally, and spiritually. And you're going to gather that energy up. Oh, and I almost forgot. That rock, you cannot hold for more than 1 year and a day. So you have to do it within a year, okay? You have to throw it away before the year ends. Yeah, basically. What she said. And I want you to go, once you've released the rock, so whatever time you did for the ugly rock, let's say you prayed on that rock for 3 days. Then you have to do the same exact time you did for the ugly rock for the beautiful rock. Okay? And I want you to fill it up for the exact amount of time you did it for the ugly rock. And you need to put one thing back into yourself that you need to accept you need back in your life again. Or something to be restored or healed within you. Just one thing, though, to replace that which you gave away. And when you're done with that, when you finally seal that rock, you seal that rock and say, whenever I need happy or I need inspiration or need something from you, God, please be there for me when I hold this rock in my hands. And then it can be your battery for as long as you want it to be. And this will help you finally see the big picture so that you can finally be free of all the clutter that's getting in your way. You can finally see the painting behind all of that stuff that was hidden in front of it. And now your spiritual message. There are times in my reading career where I sometimes get surprised. And I'm surprised today. Because I know that you probably know this already, but I have to say it again anyway. What you're searching for is right around your immediate circle. Your friends that are the closest to you, like the people you'd want to go on a camping trip with a murderer in the forest, and you know all of them will have your back for real. You know, I'm not talking about a horror movie here. I'm talking about real life here. You'd take them into that forest. You know that they would help you survive if it came down to it. They're the most important people to you. Your inner circle, the circle you trust the most. It's time to go talk to them again and get some feedback from them as well. Because they want you to become this new powerful person that you say, okay, we're taking an ad break. We have an ad break, so we're going to wait for the ad break to finish here. So I'm going to have a cigarette while I wait. And open the door. Ow! All right, okay. Are we back, Sage? Are you back from the commercial? Is everyone back from the commercial? My commercials only go off once every hour, and it's supposed to be like a minute. So I keep them to the lowest possible for you guys. Are you still here with me, Sage? Before I light this thingy? Maybe. So just let me know you're here and still listening so I can continue the last thing I wanted to tell you. Okay, good. So the last thing I wanted to tell you was to get it back around your tight-knit family, the ones you trust the most. They're going to help you become this new person that you have yet to decide what it is to be. But when you are finally ready to go through that rebirthing process, there is going to be a little bit of a labor process involved. That means you'll go through some issues and problems that you'll have to work through and work over in order to obtain the thing you want to be the most. So they're going to help you get there through your friends and family and stuff like that. So pay attention to that because they are sending you messages. It might not always be to you personally, but it might be to them to help you out when you need it the most. You know? So that's your answer. That whole thing means something to you in a physical, mental, and spiritual way. I hope that helped you today, Sage. I hope that brought you something to think about, at least bare minimum. I hope I gave you something good to think about today and give it a good old think. I expect you to go back to your life and live your life to the best of your abilities and have the best fucking day ever. That's what I expect from you. So go forth today and have your best day, everybody. Letting today be that day. Go do that rock ritual and If you missed any of it, please go back and watch the VOD. Okay? So I always keep my VODs. Unless Twitch deletes them, I don't delete them. So however long they keep them for, that's how long. So that's all I have for you, Sage. I don't have any more communications from anything. So I-420 guy. All right, we got to do one thing here. We got to shout out the I-420 guy because he is a stoner streamer when he streams. I haven't seen him for a while. He's playing Dead by Daylight right now. We're playing that game. I love that kind of a game. I want to get into it. I've got an Xbox controller and an Xbox on my TV. I don't play much games, but I do every once in a while indulge in that. So, I-420 guy. Hey, I-420 guy to the reading room. I-420 guy to the reading room. And then AJ, you're next, and Crypto, you're last. So, I-420 guy. Since you know the rules. Hey, there he is. I was about to give you a 3-minute timer, buddy. Because I didn't know if you were playing Dead by Daylight still. Hey, finish your boss and then come for your reading. But whenever you're ready, you want me to decide everything for you? So you don't want to pick numbers at all? Okay, you got it. You got it. I got you. I got you. Okay, but you have to have your question ready. You have to have a question or you're generating. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, Alexa, pick a number 1 through 10.
The random number is 6.
6 shuffles. Alexa, pick a number 1 through 52.
Here's a number between 1 and 52. It's 41.
41. So your numbers are 4 and 61. Okay? 6 and 41 are your numbers. I let Alexa decide. So, here are your... no, these aren't your official shuffles. I got to do a cleanse first. Shit, I almost forgot. Don't be jumping already. Let's get ready for I-420 guy and get him a general reading with these numbers here. So if you can type in 6 and 41 for me so that I can just see those on screen so I don't forget. I'm just waiting for the cards to tell me they're in the right spot for you. Okay. Okay, they're ready. All right, here are your Alexa Shuffle numbers, Mr. I-420 guy. I don't know how this was going to work, but we're going to try. 1, God cards. 2, God card. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have a 1, 2, 3 God card message for you, I-420 guy. And the 41st card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and the 41st card is now on top. Leave everything to faith. You got it, buddy. I leave everything to faith every day. It's a great way to live sometimes. So let's see what the cards do hold for you today, I-420 guy. Because I am picking up a download for you. And it's an interesting one. It's funny that you said that. Because it's time. Finally, I-420 guy, there have been a lot of little fires in your life. A lot of little fires. And you know what they are. But there have been some ones that have been creeping up on you lately because you've been wondering about the end or whatever. I know that's not a big concern of yours, but we all have that moment where we go, shit, I'm getting closer to the door. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm feeling right now is this need to put the fires out that aren't serving me any longer. So maybe in order to have that faith, you have to put down your fear. In order to have that faith, you have to put down the anxiety. In order to have that faith, you have to put down all your preconceived notions of what life is going to be like and accept what the world is going to give you. The extinguisher card usually comes out, and when it's in the past, especially when it's in the past, this means that you have to extinguish something that's happened before today. There are I'm seeing three fires that you need to put out in your life, and they're not telling me which three fires those are, but there are definitely three things in your life that you need to put out so you can focus on something else that's more important to you. And then you get the finding card as what's going on right now. So yeah, put out the old fires, but then you have to start to live the dream again, my friend. It's time to just enjoy the journey. Whatever the end is for you, the prize at the end of the rainbow for you is, it doesn't matter. The prize is not the important part. The journey that you are about to take is. That is the real prize, my friend. The thing you get inside of the box is just your trophy that you made it through all of that. The real test will be, can I live my life the way I want to live my life, how I want to live my life, and not let anyone shut any opportunity on me? Because they're open door for a reason in this thing, because you've opened that door today. That door to pull all of the good stuff together finally. You have to get your ducks in a row. Find out what the most important pieces of the puzzle are after you've done extinguishing the ones that don't belong there in the first place, and then concentrate them all into one focal point where you can concentrate on one goal and dream at a time. Sometimes we need to pull back and say, this is the one thing that is the most important thing for me to do in my life. How do I change? I'm using what is being given to me to light my candle so that that candle can spread out to my life. Be happier. Light my candle. You're getting ready to use that ignition thing I talk to people about. But now you're ready to put that flame on something that's going to last longer. So let this be the thing that makes you last longer and gives you the energy and strength you need to continue doing whatever it is you want to do. Because change is a coming. When you say, I want to leave everything to faith, this is the exact card that you needed to hear. Because that is exactly what a leaf goes through. A leaf doesn't know what it's going to be like when it finally gets on that tree for the first time. That bud that finally forms on that tree does not open right away. Through the year, things happen to open that up and it becomes a leaf. And then it lives a life in the wind until one day either it crumbles into dust or it flies off the tree. Whichever comes first, right? But it's a cycle. And this cycle is a cycle you've been through before. And now we're trying to break free of that cycle so that we can start to make new, better decisions. So it's about breaking the cycle of something that you need to extinguish in the past. Maybe it's 3 bad habits. Maybe it's 3 things you do, you say to yourself constantly that you shouldn't be saying to yourself. Maybe it's the finding and accepting the changes that are happening every single day and loving that this is going to be the most beautiful end. If it's going to be an end, I'm going out high on the porch with the meteorite coming towards my time, and I'm just going to have the best time of my life. I'm going to laugh my ass off and watch the world end with the rest of the idiots. But your change will cause a little chaos, yeah, but it's more of a positive change than a negative one, okay? So don't get too worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And then we got your God cards. Oof. So your God cards are as such. So your higher power talking straight to you as a man of faith, hear their words right now. It's time to use that ancient knowledge that you've gained while you've been here in this world. Time to use it to spread a message that is important for people to hear. What you need to understand is you need to start to listen to those inner voices a little closer because they're trying to help you. Your guides are having a hard time contacting with you with other ways, but they're trying to give you some feeling, some sense of being around you, some sense of something helping you. Well, there are a couple of them trying to help you right now. You have to start to listen to the ancient knowledge that you've gained, because all of that is important information for whatever it is you can do in the future. Physically, this is something you need to do. Number 2, guilt card. It doesn't necessarily mean you feel guilty about anything, but if you do feel guilty about something, it's time to forgive and forget and move on. I'll admit it, forget it, move on. It's time to let it go. But if you're just feeling guilty that you're actually enjoying your life for once, and you don't have to make an apology to anybody for it. I don't care if you stream. I don't care if you don't stream. I don't care if you're here or not here. I want you to live the most beautiful life that you can live, I-420 guy. I don't want you to live afraid of beautiful things coming your way. Because I know the standard message is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Sometimes I like to say, you know what? Sometimes you got to throw that saying out the window and say, today, it is exactly what I need. Right? And then we have your donate card. Okay? And that means it's time to give back to self again. Whatever you want to give away, give to yourself first. Whatever you want to do for others, do for yourself first. Whatever you feel like you have to fill your piggy bank up. No more sugar cookies. We need full meals to fill these holes up. That means going through life and experiencing them. And you're saying, I've already been through enough life already, Jesus, right? But the key point is that it's time to give to yourself and receive that love and receive everything that's been owed to you over life is coming your way, because it's fulfilling the need, not the want. When your need finally gets filled, all the other wants go away. Trust me, they do. You don't need them anymore. Or want them anymore, actually. So, good. I'm glad that it helped today, I-420 guy. They just want to say mostly that they're trying to communicate through like chirps. Like mic chirps, like when you get too close to a microphone and it chirps at you or something like that. Something like that. Are you hearing like chirping noise? Not like bird chirping. It's like a microphone chirp. It's not a natural sound. If you are, I love feedback. Are you kidding me? I love feedback. I love to find out how my readings went for people. If stuff came true, if I saw things were the right way, I love feedback. Especially constructive criticism feedback. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I mean. It's like mic feedback. Yeah. It's kind of like that sound. It's like you go out to the feedback and you have to back away just a little bit, and then it chirps at you until you back off enough. Yeah, that's what I'm just hearing that sound a lot in this left ear. So they might be trying to chirp at you in their left ear. If they're chirping in your ear, it's kind of like, listen up, hear me. So that's basically what they're saying. So if it is happening, if you start to hear chirping, you know what it means, right? Left ear means, yes, please do. Right ear means, please don't do. I know, that seems wrong, but... AJ! AJ to the reading room. AJ to the reading room. All jelly. I don't know how to say your whole name. But young lady, get your butt in here. It is your turn for your reading. AJ to the reading room. AJ to the reading room. Hi, sweetie. I got one for you. You never unnoticed, and you are loved, and good things will be coming your way. Yeah, I believe it. Hello, Jing. How are we doing today? All right, give me a second. I just wanted to take a puff of some tobacco here. I want a break, but the energy is high right now, and I want to keep it going, Completely forgot about the cigarette I had. So, AJ, here's how it works here, just in case you weren't listening or weren't here for this. I need you to pick some numbers for me. The first number amount is 1 through 10. That's your shuffle amount. Then I need you to pick a number 1 through 52. That is your card reading amount. So that's where the answers will be in my deck when your reading is done. Please put your question as simply as possible, which you've already done, and then throw me your numbers, which you've already done. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to do my cleansing shuffle in just a second because I just saw what you wrote on the screen and I wasn't paying attention. Put that out for now because I want to save that for later. A little bit now, a little bit later. So cleansing shuffle time for AJ. Young lady. Let's see what the cards have for you today. Well, how will your vacation go in Hawaii, and how does your friend feel about you visiting his home state? Okay. So we're a little nervous to meet the friend again after all of this time, and you're going on vacation, right? Okay, they said here. All right, so here are your official shuffles. 2 and 48 shuffles. So here are your 2 shuffles. 1, 2. No God cards for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 48th card is... All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. That's why this is going on. Okay. I'm going to warm up my coffee real quick here, guys. Give me a second. Got cold on me. Warmer coffee. Okay, so let's get into your reading here, okay, AJ? So, what I'm feeling about this trip is that you have to stop planning for what the result is. It's time to stop overthinking this, okay? Because you're going to Hawaii for a vacation, first of all. It's your time to bask in the sun, to lay in the lazy river and let it take you where it's going to take you. Sometimes we have to walk a wandering path. Sometimes we have to just wander aimlessly, with no direction, with no plan, with no concept of time. It's pure and utter completeness because we are one with ourselves and we do not feel the need to go find out every answer anymore. But it's time to understand that what has happened in the past stays there, but we deal with it and find our closure, yes, but we also have to allow the gods or the guides that are in our lives to take our hand sometimes and guide us the rest of the way and trust something. So trust in your higher power during this trip because they are saying, don't go there with the plan to do this, this, and this. Just go to experience it. Visit your friend. If you get the chance to do that, great. But you're not going for him. You're going on vacation to get away from all the stress and anxiety. So don't create more anxiety and stress on yourself. That's the first thing you don't need to be doing. Don't put up barriers like you used to when you do meet your friend again. Okay? How does he feel about you meeting him? He doesn't know what to expect a little bit. He's kind of wondering if this is about him. Is this trip really about him or not? He's wondering that. He's not really have a plan for anything going on. He's not trying to make any secret plans or anything like that. He's just trying to live in the moment. But these blocks, these ice blocks, or this ice wall that you keep putting up in your life sometimes, the things that you are blocking yourself from the happiness you want, that fear, that anxiety, those worrisome thoughts, those I can'ts, the self-doubting, self-hatred talk, all of that begins to build up over time. And it does protect you to some degree. But it protects you in the worst way possible because you may have the most safest spot in the world, but it's hard to break free of that once you've put up that barrier. Sometimes you got to take the golden sledgehammer out and bust through those fucking barriers and say, you know what? It's time to just be honest and truthful for fucking once. Let me tell you the truth and let me see how you respond before I make any preconceived notion about what's going to go on. Okay? So he's got some barriers too that he's putting up because of the past. So you both are putting up barriers a little bit. Let's take down the defenses. Let's be honest with one another and cut through the bullshit that we need to cut through. Okay? So, now in the future, regarding your trip and what he thinks about all of this, right? And how he feels. Well, he's not quite sure what to make of it, to be honest. He's trying to see this as a positive thing, but he's really trying to open his eyes to the reality of the situation at hand. He's looking at it in an honest, objective way for once. He's seeing the world for how it really is and not the imagined world he wanted in his head anymore. So reality is going to come, but it's going to be, I understand it now kind of thing. The seeing eye is all about not using your eyes or your ears or your mouth or your natural senses. It's about using that gut instinct that tells you when you're doing something right or when you're doing something wrong. We all have that gut instinct inside of ourselves. It's time to pay attention to that and actually look at the world for how it really is before we go jumping around, understanding that. Why are you going through this and what will be accomplished during this? Honey, sweetie, baby. Sorry about all the sweetie baby honeys. But this is you building the forge of life. This is you going out and experiencing. First, go enjoy your vacation. Then, if you have time and you have the energy to go hang out with your friend and catch up and say everything you need to say, be honest and truthful about it. But you know what all of this is trying to help you do? Is so you put yourself back, take yourself out of the goddamn forge where you're working on yourself. You're being okay with yourself, but now you've got to shape yourself into something useful. So what are you going to turn yourself into? I have 4 tools that I tell people that they can create during this time. And there are 4 tools that I've used my whole life, okay? The shield that protects me, the sword that defends me, the cup that gets filled or emptied, or the fan that controls the ebbs and flows of life. So now it's time to temper your soul into the shape you want it to be. You can create all 4 of those tools that you need in your life. Maybe you need something more stable in your life. So fill that up with that physical protection you need. That fire sword cuts through any bullshit. That deep well of emotion comes from that as well. That cup that you have to fill and empty. And that fan is the wind's truth. It speaks to you on the wind and wants you to listen. So all of this will be to help you define who you are and reshape who you are into the woman you want yourself to be. So whatever's going to happen during this time, it will transform you into something more beautiful, even more beautiful by the end of this. So that's what I'm feeling for this path. And I feel like your friend is like, I don't necessarily feel like he's holding back or anything like that. I think he needs closure. He needs true closure. You need true closure on this. And to stay friends. And to be a part of that. So, Crypto, do you mind if I take a bathroom break before I do this reading? Because I really gotta go. Because you've been here before, and I want to say to everyone, I'm sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. So it's Crypto's turn. So Crypto, to the reading room. You have until I get back from my bathroom break to tell me you're here with your numbers and all of that stuff. So I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I gotta go potty.
After you're free to take flight, when does the dream begin again? what will be, what will always take again. For the shadow has become one with all that is unknown. So the spirit dwells within, thus swallow its brilliant load. But I don't know what was wrong with life, 'cause I lived in every day. Every second, every hour I fade. Why can't I just crawl into the grave? So I shine a light within again and again, and the spark becomes a flame. A window of tomorrow shines with the light as it dances on the willow's tail. So shadow swallows me. I feel not lost but free. I feel the light fade as I begin to slowly go away. This is not my bitter end. It's a transformation, that's all, my friend. With the light as it dances on the willow's tail, so shadow swallows me. I feel not lost but free. I feel the light fade as I begin to slowly go away, away. This is not my bitter end. It's a transformation, that's all, my friend. So now I bring it round to the circle that I found. With firm love and trust, I found the gods up above. With the Lord and Lady, they shine to me. I know I found my destiny. Out on the way home, where this dream begins, following all the songs in a wide open field. I know where home is, I feel it in my bones, and I know where my journey begins. So I say to you, my friend, in the end, not all journeys have to mean parting ways. Down the back roads of cornfields, where memories sleep, underneath the windows where I used to dream. And the hay beds, they call to me, whispering the tales of a simpler time. But I remember that old dream, guiding me through the heartland's quiet rhyme. The nights were lit by fireflies out by the creek, where we chase our shadows 'neath the summer moon. The sound of crickets play a countryside tune, as we dreamed out loud beneath the southern sky's dome. Oh, and the hay beds, they call to me, whispering the
And I'm back, guys. All right, music time. Alrighty. Hello, and welcome back, guys. I am back. Thank you for that refresher. I needed that so bad. You don't know how bad I needed that. Oofty. Let's just say things moved quickly this morning, and they don't normally move quickly for me. So, and if you like any of the songs, Crypto, I will give you a link here where you can go look at every song I make, and you can download it and everything you want. So if you want it for your own personal record, album, or something like that, let me know, because I can give you the link. So tell me what song it was, and I can give you the link for it. You know? Was it the first one I played or the second one? Yes, I did sing both of them. The first one that you heard was called "The Void of Light." The second one was called "Where My Journey Begins," and it is my voice in that song. Yes. Autocorrect helped a lot. Okay, so auto tune helped a lot there. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. But I wrote all the lyrics. Thank you. Well, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so that's probably why there's that groove. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. All right, Crypto, let's get to what we're really here to do. Let me know what if you liked one of those songs. Here's both the songs that we're playing. Here's the first one. This one is the "Devoid of Light" song, and here is the one where it says "My Journey Begins." It's more like a country song. And here's the second one. So the first one is for the "Devoid of Light." Second one is for "Where My Journey Begins." So depending on which song you liked first, they're both of them right there for you, Crypto. Yeah. I used to sing in choir when I was younger. I do remember my choir days, and I loved to sing. I sang most of my adult life. My voice has gotten a lot more growly since I've gotten old. I still sing, but it's a lot deeper now than it used to be. I used to be able to hit the reason I can still talk like this is because I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. But that's just because I've learned how to do that. I can change that voice in an instant. I can go from Josh to Bug voice anytime I want. So be prepared. I can always read you like this sometimes. So, either way, whatever song that you liked, please let me know. And thank you all for the compliments. I really do appreciate it. I am a creative person. I've been creative my whole life. I've made more things than I can count in this world to put myself out there and my voice and what I'm about and who I am out there into the world. Every single thing I do has meaning to it, guys. It wasn't always that way, but now I know it all had a purpose. Can Alexa pick your numbers? Damn straight she can. All right, you want Alexa to pick your numbers? Alexa, pick a number 1 through 10. Alexa, pick a number 1 through 10.
A random number is 10.
10. Alexa, pick a number 1 through 52.
Here's a number between 1 and 52. It's 11.
Okay, you got 10 and 11, honey. All right, 10 and 11 is what you got. Okay, so what do you want to know? Okay, let me do a cleansing shuffle here first here. Make sure the cards are in the right spot for you. So that I know your question here. Will they return? And I know you're not obligated to call. So it's a choice. Okay. They say that here's the spot. Alright, here's your spot. Ready for your reading? Here are your 10 official shuffles via Alexa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, God card. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One God card for you today. And the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 11th card is, and you want to know, will they return to your door again? Okay. Let's change. Yep. Well, crypto. We all need a bit of this once in a while, but okay, so I'm waiting for the download here. Okay. Okay, crypto. So, she's a catalyst. Just like anything in life is a choice, right? So I know you have a choice between calling the number and not calling the number. I know that's a perfectly valid choice. That's your legal right not to talk to them over the phone. You can incriminate yourself doing that. But if all you're doing is saying, what did you want to contact me for? And let them answer you. And then that's all you ask them. If they need more from you, then you can say, well, you can contact my lawyer. Here's their lawyer, your lawyer's number. Okay? If you're in a place that doesn't do things like that, I don't know. Follow your own government rules and try to do what is right for you. Okay? But she's showing up as a catalyst, so I think she will be back. Because if you don't contact her, she's going to come find you. Okay? She's on a mission. So whatever she's trying to find, you have some connection to it, and you're the basically the ignition source for everything that will fall into place. Like I said, it could be you being used against your husband, kind of a deal, and whatever. It could be you supporting your husband for what he went through when he was off of work. Could be a bunch of different things. So that's why I say don't assume what you know, what you think it is. It might not be the worst thing you've ever heard. What if you're rich and someone's trying to contact you because you're in their will? What if it's something like that? Or what if it's something like some contest or some money that you had lost somewhere upon time has accumulated so much they have to give it to you in order to stop it from accumulating? You know? Because it's breaking their bank. I don't know. It could be something positive. You don't know. But whatever this catalyst is, she will probably most likely return. So prepare yourself for what is to come. Get all of your ducks a row. Honestly, it feels more like I need you to help me with my case, whatever that is. If it's defending someone or the other way around, you know, prosecuting or defending the person, depending on what the deal is there. But what they're telling me with the preparing card is basically, and what they're telling me up in here is that they want you to stay positive because you never know what you could gain from this. All of these things that will maybe happening through this could be way positive for you, but you have to gather the right ingredients to make the right kind of soup. So you might gather a lot of little pieces to make a very good hearty soup. You know what I'm saying? So prepare yourself for the good that could come your way as well as bad that could come your way. So like I said, we don't want to assume it's bad news. It could be wonderful, beautiful news. Like you said, haha, I'm going to laugh in my dreams. I'm going to get some money. So ha ha ha. And then when it finally shows up and she hands you the check and you can't believe you're holding it in your hands, I want you to remember this moment, okay? So if it does happen like that, I want you to remember this moment because whatever it is not designed to fill your hole. It's to help them fill their hole. My intuition is that I don't think it's entirely negative. I don't think it's entirely positive. It feels very split in my head. When I ask that question of my guides, right? And now I'm pointing out this reassessment card. My intuition is saying that you aren't missing anything here. You've got everything you need to help them. You've got everything that they desire to help them. Maybe you helping them can be some benefit to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sure what that help is, whether they need you for. Now, I don't believe your husband has done something so criminal that he's going to be being looked for by the law. I think he would have been picked up by now. Okay? I don't think that it's because of some random event that happened around your house, with your neighbor and stuff like it. It might have something to do with that. Just to check in, because the DA's checking in. She's checking for the child's welfare. How did you, all of that. Yeah, I'll call. Give me the number. But the reassessment card is all about not missing anything and knowing what you need, right? And saying to yourself, I don't need this filled because I'm making the piece that I need. Right now, you are making the thing that you need the most. This might be the process to get you to where you need to be. And that's why they're coming to your work, because they can't get a hold of you at home, because you don't have a number they can reach you at. So the only place they know to get a hold of you is your workplace. So that's why they're coming to your workplace. That's why they'll keep coming to your workplace until you contact them. Or until you say, I have a lawyer, please contact the lawyer. That's what you should do. Contact a lawyer, talk to a lawyer, and have your lawyer call the DA. That's all you have to do. Then you leave yourself out of it. Your lawyer takes care of the work for you. If you don't have a lawyer, get one. Whatever is going to happen here. I don't know, where do you live? Are you in the United States? Google it. Where can I find a lawyer? Okay, in my area. It's that simple. Okay, but the death card is about change, okay? California. Okay, then. You have everything you need in America to get a fucking lawyer. Pick up a goddamn phone and find one that actually will fight for your ass. Okay? So, good or bad news, whatever it may be, they're there to protect you from whatever you need. So, in California, I'd go to the south side of Los Angeles, where some desperate guy is trying to make his career, who really, really wants to impress people. I'd go after that young go-getter kind of things that's got maybe 1 or 2 years of experience. I think you need that young, vibrant energy, So whatever it is, you need that young, vibrant energy of it. The death cards always shows up when you're going to go through a major change. I got to close this door again. So, if you're in California, all you have to do is go look at your Google, look at the readings on the Google site, and then contact a couple of them and ask them leading questions to see, come on in, to see if they can help you. Now, I don't know why the DA's contacting me, but I feel like I need to go through a lawyer for this to protect myself. Can you find out what the DA needs from me? That's all you need to say to your lawyer. And extinguish this fucking thing once and for all. Because this is the thing you need to extinguish. This thing right here. Something you need to put out the fire on is right here, right now. This is your extinguished moment. Okay, California girl. You know what? There are a lot of that's why I say young and vibrant and want something, because there are people out there who just want to be able to be a representation of somebody. So maybe you can find a pro bono lawyer, one that only wins if you win. Okay, I know that those are the quote-unquote bad lawyers, but I've had a lot of good lawyers that were like that through those kind of companies too. Not the big old firms sometimes won't take your case for something simple like that. You know what I'm saying? So go through the cheaper, cost effective. Check with your local government. See if they offer help for what's going on here. You don't have to pay anything to talk to a lawyer. You can say, here's what's going on. Should I contact the DA? And get their advice. And that's all you need to do. Most lawyers will give you an advice like that. Just call to understand your rules and regulations in the state of California and understand what the laws are. And if there is something going on, he can find that out for you and then report back to you. Now, whatever it may be, all right. But it's time to put out the fire that this will create if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So either put it out now or deal with it later when it gets a little bit more hairy. That's what I got for you today, Crypto. I know you're worried about it, but I'm still getting you have to go through it to find out. So what does that mean? That means they're not going to tell me everything. They want you to go live through the experience of it. They need you to go figure it out because this is something about your path that you need to do for yourself as well. So that's why I'm not getting a concrete yes or no on that. But from what I'm getting, it's something that I feel that it's something you can help with their case that doesn't necessarily involve you, but you might be witness to, or may have information that they need just to cover their asses, to make sure they did their due diligence. Okay? If they're contacting you for a positive reason, trust me, you're going to know very, very quickly. Because the second that lawyer will call you back so fast it won't be funny because he'll get paid. You know what I'm saying? So, if it's really good news, you never know. Okay? Could be a bunch of things. Californians are weird. So am I. Minnesotans are weird. We're all weird here in the Minnesota state. Soon we'll be living in a dictator world anyway, so what does it matter? I'm joking. All right. Get that back out of the way here. And back here again. And I'm going to cleanse these cards out for you, Amethyst. How have we been? Some guidance on how to move forward from where I physically and mentally. I keep getting different impulses and having a hard time hearing and listening to my intuition at the moment. Okay. All right. They're definitely going to talk to you. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry to hear that. Sounds like I can feel that you've been going through the shit. I feel it. It's not been a fun time for you since we've last talked. I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. All right, they say here. All right, so let's see if we can change that around. Or let's see what the cards have to tell you so you can get back on track in a physical and mental way. Okay? Let's concentrate on that. We've got the spiritual covered. We need the mental and the physical to come and be a part of that as well. So, here are your 7 official shuffles. 7. 1. God card. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. God card. Couldn't get it in time. Yeah. And that was the 6 shuffle, so we got one more shuffle. And 7. All right, and the 13th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You have a 2 God card message, Amethyst, but let's answer about the physical and mental, and then we'll deal with the rest. Okay, I see it. 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 Amethyst. Okay, here we go. All right. So, listen up, sweetie. We're going to get you back on track today, right? Today's the day we get it all back on track. Today's the day we brush it off, dust off ourselves, get all ready for this stuff. Right? Now listen. You've been living in 2 separate worlds for way too long. You have to bring your mental and your spiritual into the spiritual. Your mental and your physical have to be tied in to your spiritual. It's physical, mental, and spiritual, not just mental and physical. So part of the problem here is you're ignoring the one part that's trying to help you the most right now. The one part that you feel you don't need help with, when it's actually the reversal. You need more help with the spiritual than you need help with the physical and the mental. I know life has not been fair. Life is not fair sometimes. Sometimes this world throws a bunch of junk all of our ways. Okay, I'm no stranger to living paycheck to paycheck without a job, being laid off. If you're in America, there's workers' comp and there's unemployment insurance and stuff like that. You can still get paid even though you were laid off. So, so you can still claim all that and get paid until you can find something else. There are resources for you here. You have to stop bringing yourself and splitting yourself into two separate worlds. We have to bring all of our worlds together to be that symphony of things. So that physical thing that you might need to do with yourself might be just to dress to impress yourself, to feel good when you walk out the door, to just feel like you're your best self when you exit your house and go to whatever interview you need to go to, whatever thing you need to do for the day, whatever you need to experience and stuff. Because you have to start to walk an in-between world. It doesn't matter if right now the mental and the physical aren't working together. You got to bring them back to that center gray where you can live in that life of that physical, mental, and spiritual gray area where it doesn't matter if I'm making a good decision or a bad decision. I'm living life and discovering which step drives me towards the future I want. Right? So stability is gone. But this is also the destiny card and it's in the past. So that means that maybe this job had to end to make room for something way better. Something you could only imagine to be true. This card is literally the card that says whatever you can imagine can come true. Because that's what I believed when I was Unison. I believed I had it all down pat. And then the goddess came to show me I didn't have it all down pat. And I had to work through my issues and work through my problems and stuff like that. So what is the one physical good thing you can start doing better for yourself? What is that one thing you can do better? Just one. It's all you need to juggle is one. What is that mental thing you could be doing better for yourself? Even if that's waking up every morning and looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I know. Yeah, and I know that's the other thing. You lose your health insurance. You lose all the benefits that come with it. Right? Two separate worlds. Unemployed, employed, okay? We have to find a way to work together. There are so many people who need people out there right now. Jobs are very, very out there right now. It's a go apply market. But people are being really picky after the pandemic now. They are only hiring the people who actually do their jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to hire the slacker or anything like that. You're not a slacker. I'm not saying that at all, okay? So, but Amethyst, the physical thing you need to do is take your destiny by your own two hands and create the destiny you want. Physically carving it into this world. Whatever way you can do that. Whatever way you're comfortable doing that. Your way. Your moment. Your destiny. Your fate. Whatever you decide it to be. Don't sit around waiting for the answer to the question. Sometimes the answer to the question is no. Not right now. No, we don't need you to do with your mental. No, we don't need you to do with your physical. You know what we need you to do with? That spiritual side that you've been ignoring. Right? Okay, so I'm pointing out more physical and mental things to you and I'm connecting with you on a spiritual level. Why am I not letting my spiritual help me? God, give me the strength to get up every morning and feel better and live and great and all of that stuff, right? Welcome in, Lala. And to get up, shower, shave, whatever you need to do to prepare yourself. Walk out of that door feeling your best, looking your best, seeing your best, knowing that today is going to be the best day you've ever had in your life. And you walk out that door with your head held high, whatever way you do it, and you don't hold back. The Contemplate card is all about taking that dream. When I was 8 years old, if I had just said, it was just a dream, I would not be sitting here today. I would not. If I didn't follow a fucking dream I had when I was 8 years old under a willow tree after being brutally abused for a year and a half. Okay? And God or me or whatever came to say, hey, stop worrying about the future. We got you. Right? Overcoming the sadness that was in my life was the whole point. And maybe this is to help you see that, yeah, maybe I wasn't in such a healthy place. If they're laying people off, what does that tell you? They're having trouble making money. Maybe it could be worse. You could have been fired straight out and then been looking off. I know laid off is just like being fired. I know that's what everyone says. It's just like being fired. No, it is not. Laying off means you could come back at a later time. Fired means goodbye forever. You can't come back. Okay? So if you're laid off, you have opportunities available to you. And places like, I worked so many places like temporary services that need help. It might not be the funnest jobs in the world, but it can make you some decent money. Depends on how far and fast you're ready to go for those things. You know what I'm saying? So the depression card is all about overcoming that sadness. So overcoming this sadness in your life, overcoming the cat in the door. My cat just went, I need in. Okay, so you know that. All right? You know that. You know that that's not a place you would want it to be anyway. What the problem? So you're sitting here complaining about a job that you hated, and you know you don't have a way to get back there. Okay, all right. At least I understand a little bit better. Thank you for letting me know that, because they're not always concrete with me. You know, they don't give me the information because they want you to give me the information. You know what I'm saying? But the guilt card is not about you feeling guilty for any of this. Okay? That's the first thing I want to say. You should not feel guilty like you did anything wrong here. You didn't. Okay? Straight out to the point from God Himself saying, no, this was not your fault. This was not your responsibility. This was them making a business decision, and you were the easiest target they could hit without having a misfire. So, you miss feeling secure. You mean, okay, I see what you just said. But, okay, I'm sensing that. You're feeling insecure and stuff like that. Ad break. We always take an ad break here whenever I have an ad break pop up, guys. So we're going to take a quick ad break just to make sure Amethyst can hear the reading. And I like to take these little times to say thank you for being here today, being my support, being a liker, a follower, or a lurker. I don't care what way you are. You're all my beautiful stars. We are here for true support and true backing up of people. Okay, hopefully the ad is over, Amethyst. Are you back from the ad? Please let me know that you are back from the ad. Because I had one more thing to say about the guilt card, and I want to make sure you're here. Okay, so one more thing to say. Stop feeling guilty for where you may succeed because of this. Maybe this is the thing that drives you to go, hey, you know what? This asshole treated me like this, paid me like that, did this to me. I'm going to go to their competition, and I'm going to get them back. Wouldn't that be wonderful revenge justice? I'm going to go work for their exact competition, and I'm going to give them all the secrets that I can give them. All the opportunity to take this company down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, just maybe, you can be the catalyst for change in this world. But let's see what your God cards have to say to you, Amethyst. Because I know you were waiting for this. Whatever this is going on, don't let it freeze you in place. It seems like you're stuck right now, and I know it feels like that a lot right now. But all you gotta do is stomp your feet to the ground, get those boots, hiking up that mountain, hiking up that hill, not putting anything in your way, being the best version of yourself, not letting your fear or your anxieties guide you, trusting your heart, concrete, trusting your mind, and allowing that physical part of yourself to flourish because of all that other beauty you have in your life. Freeze is all about not letting things stick in place of you. The feed card, however, is about fulfilling that want. Okay? We want to have the sugar cookie. We want to have that quick fix. That's not what we really need, what we really want. We need to feed ourselves the things that we need. Okay? The things that we'll need that will fill those holes up, that will finally seal them shut completely so that they no longer bother us and the wants of the world go away. The feed card is all about going up to the platter of life and going, which dessert do I want to try today? Which hors d'oeuvre do I want to try today? What beautiful, wonderful journey do I want to take today? It's time to fill yourself up with that which you need instead of what you want. So ask yourself, what do I really need? And what is keeping me locked in place and keeping me stuck here? Because that's what they need you to understand to move forward here. Not everything that happens in this world is being done by God, okay? Sometimes free will has its way with the world, and when we're all trying to overcome our free will and overcome our destinies and our fates sometimes, because, hey, we do come here for purpose, but that doesn't mean we can't change our purpose. All right, Amethyst. Oh, and your guide said you want me to start contacting you? Well, the next time you feel the bat on the boot on the back of your head, you know we're here, kicking your ass. Okay, so if you ever feel like a bump on the back of your head, they are spiritually kicking your ass to keep going, and stop, and start fighting for it. I don't know if that makes sense. Jing! Oh, Jingy, how are we doing? I'm closing the queue down right now. Closing the queue down right now. We are at 11:23. I'm feeling the energy starting to drop in it. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, I think that's exactly what they're saying. You know, get off of your spiritual butt and start doing the real work here, okay? That's what I think that's what I feel like they're saying to you, honestly. Is this involving Isaac again, or is this involving something else? The love reading for the month? You got it, Jingy. I will give you another reading. Don't worry. You'll hear them soon enough. And then you'll want to shut them up. Careful what you wish for, man. I hear 1,000 different voices in my head a day. I see 1,000 to 1,000,000 different realities a day. I see timelines change right in front of my eyes. So, you know, I didn't think it was because of Isaac. Yeah, no other guy. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if there was some other guy, so. But, yeah. Basically, they're saying, get moving. Boot, boot. A baby bird time. Jeffrey the Seer, welcome into the chat. First time chatter, welcome on in. If you are returning under a different name, please let me know who you are and where you came from. I just closed the queue down because I got 2 readings left and I'm going to be done after that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hopefully you get some positive messages here today. But we're just here to help as many people as we can. If I feel like I'm up for another reading, maybe I'll take you, maybe I won't. But right now, Jing and Lala are going to be the last ones. I have to see how I feel after Lala's, because I'm starting to feel the energy drain a tiny bit right now. I need to recoup a spoon or two first. Take more of that energy in. So you just take more of that energy and it's all around me. Kind of like the Force, you know. Surrounds me, penetrates me, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. Same idea with the energy of this world. Same exact power, only it doesn't move things. Well, much. City of Atlantis isn't lost, it's invisible. Let's see what you and Isaac's month is going to look like. Okay, they say here. All right, so now that we're clear on that, here is your 2 and 13 shuffles. She always rates her numbers backward, so it's a cycle. Sorry, give me a second. I'm getting a download. Okay. So here is your first shuffle. 1, and 2. You have a one God card message for you today, Jing. One God card. And now the 13th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is on top. All right, let's see what the month has for you in store for both of you. Ooh. Oh, Jingy, I love giving you good news. That's why they're taking a little bit of time right now, because I hear gently when I get a download, it's pretty much an instant thingy. But every once in a while, they kind of trickle things in for me, you know, like I'm picking up the next piece of the puzzle and putting it in place, kind of a deal. So every once in a while, I might have to kind of, yeah. I close the queue, crypto. I'm sorry, I'm not doing any more readings for today. So, so it's good news. Yeah, it's good news. It's good news. Because if you think about it, you have done this already. You have blown your top off. You are creating a new world. Some of the world you had is being destroyed, but it's being recreated in the image of your love for one another. You're starting the process off of blowing the top off and letting the lava flow. We've given everything that we can to this past life, to this past karmic debt that we need to pay off so we can start living a life of abundance and joy in life, right? Because you're worried about, do I still have stuff I've got to pay off in order to get happy? Is there stuff that I still have to do here? Well, you do have to do some stuff. Creating the new world is a hard thing for anyone to do. And destroying the old one is another hard thing you have to do. But it's that power, that source of love, that power that you have that I was talking to you about, that magical freedom power, that's what this kind of card represents. That power starting to build. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it creates new wonderful land. Then you got the drive card. And you've gotten this card a couple of times in readings when you've asked for love recently, you know. And I remember this because every time I've told you, and usually it's in the future, not in the present. So you're getting in the car now. You're actually driving down the road rather than waiting to dump your crap off. Okay, we've already dumped the crap off and we're already on the road to where we want to go. We just got to keep paying attention to the signs on the road. We got to pay attention to how fast or slow he can go. We have to take our time. We have to make sure we follow the map. And if the map is wrong, we got to open up the bigger one that tells us exactly where everything is at. You know? So the situation is getting back into the car and driving to that place you both want to be by the end of this month. Okay? So progress is going to be made, right? Progress with both of you, because you know who you're taking in the car with you this time. You know what junk is coming with you, what junk isn't coming with you. You both are paying attention to the road. You're both paying attention to the little map that tells you where to go. Now we just have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the fucking trip. Okay, Jing, you're finally starting to get what you asked for. They're starting to finally give that to you, right? It's time to start to find the joy in that and let that keep building and building and building and building until one day it crescendos in you and you awaken as this beautiful, beautiful person inside, which you already are, but awakening yourself to yourself and finally getting why you had to go through everything that you've been through in your life to find joy, to find happiness. Everything you've been going through with you and Isaac, especially because this is a love reading, okay? It's time to enjoy each other as much as you can enjoy each other. Tackle the man and throw him on the floor and fuck him senseless, okay? I don't know what you're into, okay? But whatever it is, find something special to do for your person. Whoever that is. I don't care if it's a flower from your stupid yard. You don't have to spend $1 million to make someone's day. I picked a flower, a nice little orchid in one of my neighbor's yard, which I asked permission to pick to bring to my wife. I didn't pay for a flower. I picked something in nature. It didn't cost me a damn thing to do. There are ways for you to grow with Isaac this month, but you have to grow together. You have to grow together and be firmly planted in the ground and say, this is where you want to grow. I have finished my creation moment, and now all the plants are coming in to fill the landscape up. And we're growing together as this couple, as this power, as this love, as we start building and building and building and building. We get to where we finally want to get to with this relationship. It finally comes to a end stage game changing moment. Something that awakens both of your loves for each other or breaks you all the way apart, one way or the other. I'm edging towards the love here, not the breakup here. Okay, because that's why you're enjoying your life right now. Because enjoy being in the sun while the sun is shining. When it's raining, soak it all up and take it all in. When he's being positive with you, soak it all up like it's honey. When he's being emotional with you, understand it. Try to understand his point of view. Try to hear his words. Try to understand and ask him why he feels the way he does. Allow him to get this stuff out of himself so he can release it and then make room for you. Right? And then you got to let that wind just dry you off, swipe you clean of all the other little things that we all have to deal with here on Earth. And then you got everything you need. And then your gods come to say this, too. One fucking card, Jing. When was the last time you got a one card reading? God card. Communication. That's what is needed the most in this relationship right now. Physical communication, mental communication, and spiritual connection to that one true flame means sometimes you have to burn so hot you melt together. And that means losing yourself in that person. Wouldn't it be great to lose yourself in him again? To be so lost and happy that you couldn't even imagine not being that happy ever again? Are you ready for the real pure joy moment? Because it's coming for you, Jing. And it's coming for you pretty quickly with all the work that you and him have been doing. Letting him take his time, opening up at his own pace, allowing him to reveal his feelings to you, reveal himself to you, reopening up, getting more emotional, allowing you to see the darker parts of him, allowing you to see the hurt parts of him, allowing you to see the damage being done so that you understand it, so that when you are now being with him, you understand that he comes with damage and he's working on it, and what you can do to support him is all you need to think of now. How do I support him in becoming a more positive person? How do I support him in that goal or dream that matters to him the most? How can I let him take the driver's seat for the while and I'll be the navigator for a little bit? You know, it's those decisions that you and him have to start to make. But you have to find a way to find the joy in everything you're doing, because all of this growth is happening to you right now because of that. You've left the baggage behind on the side of the road. You didn't need it anymore. You know? So that's your reading for today. It sounds like it's going to be a good month. I'm feeling a very positive shift in your life. So embrace the positivity of it and say, yeah, I do deserve this. I do deserve this happiness. I do deserve this. And start saying it loudly in your head, because I really believe, especially Jing, when with you, I don't know why, but I have a very weird kind of psychic connection with it, with your guides and stuff like that, and they really like talking to me. And sometimes they're like, don't tell her, don't tell her. Like, well, then why are you telling me? You know what I'm saying? Just ask your question. While you're still here, before I move you on, Lala, can I just take 1 second here? If I have time after Lala's reading, if you want a question answered, I will answer it. But I want to get to doing Lala first, okay? Or if Lala's willing to wait. Okay, Lala's willing to wait. So, I gotta get your reading out of here first. Okay, because now, ask your question. 1 through 52, pick a number. And define that question about your education. What do you want to know about it? So, whenever you're ready, pick a number 1 through 52. Unless you tell me to tell Alexa to say, I had to pick for you or something. I'm going to put that on a don't know list. Ask Alexa for my numbers. $5 tip. I'm waiting for an answer, Jane, before I move on here. So hopefully you didn't have some. Sometimes she has some video issues, so we'll give her a little bit here. Whenever I see that answer, I will give you your answer about your education. You might be typing too. Okay, you got your numbers. I know your question. No, I said all I needed was the second number. 44 is all I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and the 44th card is on top. This is going to be a one card answer for you. Your one card answer is this: that you will be free as a bird to choose whatever destiny you want by August 1st. So I believe this is the freedom stone. So don't get yourself trapped in debt. Be smart about how you're applying, why you're applying, and understand what it takes to get through all of the classes, just so you know what you're getting into. Because this card is about getting too comfortable in a cage that's not good for you. So don't bring your bad study habits. Don't bring all of that garbage with you. Like I've been telling you, there are some things that you still need to work on, sweetie. And whatever you have to leave behind in this cage and be free from, maybe your doubt and fear of what will come in a job, in a relationship, or anything. But this card basically says, I will have the freedom to choose whatever I want. So that would be a yes to me, okay? So yes, you would be able to apply and get approved for the course. But it will also bring you freedom too. So there might be more choices available to you than you think there are right now. So keep that in mind, because the choices are going to start to flood in, and you're going to have to say which ones are right for me and not right for me. You know what I'm saying? And just to give you some more depth, okay? Your guide's telling you to understand yourself better, to listen to your gut instinct, to do what you feel you should be doing. And then this is the lesson that you need to learn to move forward in your life, business, or whatever. So even if you failed the first time, keep applying. Yeah, exactly. So that's what that card can mean. If that is the case, then that is a yes. And then I just drew the first three cards after 44, okay? So the second card was your guide card. Trusting your inner self, your inner gut instincts, and wielding the magic you want to happen in this world. Putting your best foot forward so they feel like they need you. It's not a want, they have to have you kind of a day. You know? But time to study and learn. So this card being about education, being about in your future, whether or not you're going to be able to do that, you're learning something in the future. I don't know what else to tell you, Jing. No God cards this time because they weren't any. You got your God card. Communication. Alright, now we're officially moving on to Lala now. Officially moving on to Lala. Lala, to the reading room. Lala, to the reading room. La 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 la. To the reading room. Oofty. You got in here early this time. Yeah. Learning for the future. Yes, exactly. So even my cards are saying this could be something that will definitely benefit you. Like I said, the abundance is going to start to come in, Jing, and it's going to be a little bit weird for you. You're going to have to get used to having a lot of things you haven't had before. It's going to be kind of a confusing time for you. Trust me, when I finally got everything I ever asked for, I was like, no. I told you I closed the queue, Crypto. I'm not taking anybody else today. I've got one more reading in me, and it's Lala, and that's all I got left in me today. And then we're going to go raid out and find someone fun to go hang out with. I raided the marble guy yesterday, so I got to find somebody else to raid today. So, confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation for you. That should make you feel absolutely beautiful. You should feel so bright right now with that reading. You're doing everything you are supposed to be doing. It looks like, yeah, I've got one person left, Crypto. I keep telling you, Crypto, I'm not taking another person today. Sorry. I'm doing Lala, and that's it. 8 and 15, and I want to start concentrating on her reading. So I'm sorry, but the queue has been closed for today. You can come back tomorrow, okay? If you want to book a private reading, book a private reading. They're $20, okay? All right. Moving on. I love you, Crypto. Please come back. That's why you're a VIP here. I do love you. Okay? You know you're wanted here when you're a VIP person. You know, you've done something special for me, or at least been in here a lot. You know, that's where you get VIP from me. Special people, certain people get VIP. I've taken a couple people off my VIP list because they are not here as much anymore. And I need some people who are going to be here. You know, I need a mod to help me sometimes. It would be nice to have a moderator, be able to get the number. So all I have to do is, you know, hey, if I forget something, they can remind me what number I'm on, and I can trust them. You know, I'm not busy enough to need a mod right now, but you know, one day I could be. Who knows? Like I said, these were never designed to be popular readings. They were designed to help people, truly help people. But I only want people who really need my kind of advice to come to me. So when I throw out the energy to the universe and say, come to me, only the people who need my kind of advice come to me. That's what I draw into me. So I draw those kind of people towards me. So I'm going to finish this cleansing shuffle and get all this crap off now that I spouted off my little speech there. Tell me when you're ready, guys. Okay, here we go. Here are your 8 official shuffles, Lala, and a general reading for you it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God cards. And 8. You have a 3 God card message. Physical, mental, and spiritual, I bet. Now, the last of my shuffles for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and here is the 15th card. Putting these back in the bag. We don't need those anymore. And now, your general reading pops up. And the rest of the cards go in the bag. So I got all the cards that I need for this reading right now. Cat needs to stop opening my door. All right. Lala. So, let's talk. Because it's been a while. It's been a while since we hooked up again. It's been a while since life has happened again. And why are we putting the mask back on again? Why are we hiding things again? Did something happen that made you kind of go backwards a little bit here? Like, did you have a major fucking falling out with somebody or something like that? Because of trust issues or something like that? Because it feels like you don't trust yourself. Like you feel like whatever you're doing right now, you have to uncover what's underneath the surface of what's really going on. It's in the past, so it's surface from your past. It's underneath the surface of what's been going on, what the real freaking issue is, what could really solve all the problems that are going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And that surface level, if there was that relationship or there was that job or there was a special thing to you, but when you found out something about that special thing, you had to go, I'm sorry, I've got to go. Okay? Because it was too much for you. Right, exactly. So past trauma is coming up at the moment. So that's why you got the surface card. Right? So now that this past trauma is coming up, it's review time for you in this universe, okay? We all have that magical line where we cross a certain point in our life. I call it a destiny line. And you're about 5 steps away from that line. Okay? You're closer than you think you are to crossing over into the destiny you chose. Right? So what needs to start to happen? The reason the trauma is coming back up is so that you can deal with that trauma. So that you can close the book on that trauma. So that you can stop hiding away from that trauma. Embrace that trauma as a part of your story. Because I talk about my trauma all the time. Abused by a babysitter. Ran away 10 different times. Tried to kill myself 7 different times. Had relationships where people cheated on me. Had best friends who weren't my best friends. Had bullies who I thought were my friends but were really my bullies. Had teachers tell me I was no good and could never accomplish anything. Had people, even my parents, sometimes tell me things I really didn't think I wanted to hear. But it's time to start to take this information and communicate with your higher self, Lala. These last 4 days, right? These last 4 days, right? 4, okay? Communication. What do you need to start to reveal to yourself in a conscious and subconscious way? I want you to say these words with me. I will unconsciously and subconsciously communicate with my physical body. I will subconsciously and consciously work with my mental mind. I will consciously and subconsciously work with my spirit. And I will communicate with all of them balanced. Okay? Because it's time to do something good for your physical body that you've been putting off. It doesn't have to be exercise. It can be dressing better. It can be smelling better. It can be going out and treating yourself. It can be something that you don't even expect could feel you. It's something that your physical body needs. It could be rest. It could be sleep. It could be rejuvenation. You know, whatever that is. You know what this physical thing is your body needs. I don't need to sit here and tell you what those things are. Your mental. We need to get this back on track. Maybe we need help. Maybe we can't do this on our own. Maybe these problems need someone who can help me figure this shit out. Now, I'm not talking about professional here. I'm talking about someone who's close to you who can give you a new look at it. A friend who's doesn't know anything about the situation, cares about you, but is willing to be objective about the situation to give you their honest, heartfelt reaction to what you're going through right now. Because The thing is that you're only battling against one person right now, and that's yourself. We two parts of ourselves are now at war with one another. The mundane and the magical, right? We're not at war. We're trying to talk peace here. We're trying to come together here. We're trying to remind ourselves we are brothers and we are part of the same damn family. Right? The battle card is about not fighting against yourself anymore. Not hurting yourself by stabbing yourself by saying things like, I can't do this. This is too much for me. I can't handle this. I can't do this on my own. Right? Those are the things that you might hear from your unfriends. Those are not friends. Those are people who are using you for their own advantages. That you're a place of importance to them, you know. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You have to find the real friends, okay? But you're battling against those two warring sides of yourself inside that says, new friends, old friends, new friends, old friends, okay? No one needs to fight anymore. I just want to show you who I am. Whoever likes me, likes me. You know? There was not even 3 weeks ago. Not even 3 weeks ago, I was in this exact spot. Okay? I was having trouble because of my past. Even though I was working on myself and doing a lot of good things for it, I didn't do some things consciously and subconsciously that I really needed to take care of. A good friend helped me work through that, as I'm helping you work through this now. So, what is this all been designed for, right, Lala? Because why are you going through all of this anyway? Because you have more potential that you aren't letting out. You're keeping all of that power locked away when you need to be setting it free. You have all the potential in the world to be whatever you want to be. You just got to take in this world long enough for you to grow and be in the wind blowing, in the breeze, until you leave that tree and return to the earth once again and be reborn as a new powerful bud somewhere in the future. All of that promise, all of that I cans, all of that dream, all of that drive, all of that fucking crap that you know you need to be doing right now. If you don't feel like you can reach out to your friends, they're not your friends. You should be able to reach out to any one of them at any time of day and go, I need your help. They will either say, yes, I can help you, or no, I can't help you. Right? Yeah, and you're doing a good job of growing here. You hit a bump. You hit a bump. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. You know, trauma catches up with us all from time to time. You know, it's how we learn to overcome that trauma and heal that trauma. And I think these are the best cards you could have gotten for God messages. Because I think this is exactly what will help solve all of this for you, Lala. Because God came to give you the answer to the question. Right? First, this is the lesson they need you to learn. How to overcome all of this is the lesson. You need to go through it and learn it in order to overcome it. To break free from the cycle, you must first go through, recognize the pattern, and do something different after you've realized what pattern you've been taking. Mine is life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth. I've probably rebuilt myself so many times I can't count now. But I had to come to a point where when I became unison, all those parts came together. And they finally started working together and started battling against each other. That's why the battle card is in my deck. Because I had to stop being at war with myself all the damn time and bring myself together to be a team. That's where I got that team aspect. I've been a part of so many customer service teams and so many people who I've led along the way. But that's not important here. Learning the lesson this last time is what's important. Put your goddamn shield back on. That positive bubble of happy you should be walking around in. You know, that glowing energy that your personal God is giving to you, aligning your chakras for you, cleaning your soul for you, rejuvenating you for you, even though you're not asking for it. Are you serious here? Put on your goddamn shield and start to walk around in that goddamn bubble. Because you're going to walk back into that big bad world again. And that big bad world's going to try to get you, just like little sleep pellets get into your skin. When you're in Minnesota, if you've ever been through a harsh Minnesota winter, well, I'm not going to say it's the worst in the world, but I'm going to say it's pretty close to it, in my opinion. We get more snow than most states get. We get those ice pellets more than you think we get it. It's freezing ice drops hitting your skin at 40 miles an hour. Trust me, they fucking hurt. But if I wear a big jacket and a nice night hat and some gloves, they don't get to me as much. You know? So, with that said, what is the cage you keep putting yourself in, Lala? The nice, comfortable, safe, warm spot that has become ugly, dilapidated. Yeah, I know. In the UK, you really don't know what it is. Okay, go buy a snow cone and a big-ass fan, throw it into the fan, and make sure your face is right there in front when you do it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, if you want to do that experiment, you go right ahead. But that's up to you. Okay, so that's what it's like. Go buy one of those plain snow cones with no coloring or flavor on it. Get yourself a nice, decent fan. Even a nice box fan works. Throw it in at high speed and then go, I hope it's a hot day out, because it will fucking hurt. Okay? But let's get back to the last card, because this is where we're driving it home. Because this is where we really need you to hear me, okay? Because the cage I put myself in over and over and over and over and over and over again in my own life. I am not good enough. I am not worthy enough. I am not this. I am not that. A bunch of I am not statements. But my comfortable, safe, warm spot was, I was used to all of that so much. I became so comfortable with the way that was that I didn't see it as a problem anymore, because it was life. It's how life was. That's how life is. You know, it wasn't until I got older that I understood that's not how life is supposed to work. You know? But when I say I put myself into my own cage, I really did. I found a nice, comfortable, safe spot to stay in for a while, where I didn't have to change, where I didn't have to grow, where I didn't have to do anything. And I sat there and watched my whole life fall down around me. And I had to pick myself up and say, I don't want to be in this fucking cage anymore. So I left it all behind. Every last little thing that I ever wanted to leave behind. I finally moved on from my fucking goddamn bullshit. And you're not being forced out. You took the key, you unlocked the door, and you walked of your own free will out of that cage door. You turn back and you say, I never ever want to go back into that place ever again, because it keeps me locked away from living life. And that's the words I said. I will never ever put myself back into a depressive moment. I will never let my anxieties get to me. I will not worry constantly about stuff I can't control. Because I was a major worrywart. I almost had ulcers because of my fucking worry. Okay? But it was 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago now, where my life changed forever. When I emptied out the whole fucking pot and I rebuilt the prophet hand by hand, brick by brick. And he sits here now doing these kind of readings for you because I walked out my goddamn door and I said, no, that's what's been keeping me from happy. That's what's been keeping me from good life. That's what's been keeping me from everything that I've ever wanted. That's what it is. That's the one monster I have never defeated until now. I still take depression medication. I still work on my mental health. I still work on my physical health. I still work on my spiritual health every single fucking day. I get up and I meditate 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at night. I go outside of this house because I am stuck in here pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So one little smoke outside every freaking so often doesn't really matter that much, right? But Lala, I know you're in the UK and stuff like that. And it's a lot different for you than it is here in America. You guys have a lot less stuff than we do. And a lot less, you don't have the kind of government we do. You don't have anything like we do. And, you do some things similar to us, but honestly, it's just as much of a mess over here as it is a mess everywhere. Everywhere's a mess right now. Trump didn't even get what was coming to him. That made me that made me almost write off my own country. Honestly, I almost did it, but it's like, nope, can't do it. Not giving up on myself because I've given up a lot in my life. And whatever your personal politics are, he did not deserve to be assassinated. Okay, I don't like the man either, but that's not the way to win an election. Okay, that only made him win more. If you'd hit the shot, that would have been the end of the story. Okay? But you didn't hit the shot, did you? No, you missed. And I know that's kind of sad to say, but he missed. Okay? I hate Trump. I hate Trump with a passion. But I don't want to see him get killed on live TV by some 18-year-old boy who got a gun fetish and has, whatever going on, And then he's got this immunity pin on him now where he can't be touched. So what if he hired his own fucking hitman to make it look like he was being assassinated? I don't know. This man's has a lot of crazy shit up his sleeve sometimes. I don't know. Like I said, not my personal person. I don't really like Biden much either. I think Kamala Harris should be president right now. Honestly, I think she should take over for the president and start running as the first front runner of first black woman president, all of that stuff. I think she should switch places with Biden, and I think they would solve a lot of the issue. If Biden became vice and Kamala became president of the elect United States, I think we'd be able to work some shit out. I think we need a woman in there. Honestly, I really do. I think these men egos have gotten far too big for themselves, and I think we need some big ass woman ego in there for our change. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. I really don't care, but I don't really talk about. I don't really talk about politics too much here, because that's the one subject that I don't really like talking about here. But every once in a while, when I feel like the energy's right for it. Yeah, today I feel like I can talk about this with you, Lala, because you've got the right kind of energy. And like I said, no one deserves to be assassinated. I don't care who they are. No one deserves to die because of what they believe. No one deserves to die because of what they believe. No one. Sorry, apologize for that. My screen is going on. I'm trying to find someone to go raid here. So we're searching for our raid party today. Any suggestions? Yeah, because they are tricky. The last time we had one of these things on January 6th when Trump tried to take over the Capitol or whatever the fuck that was, okay? Expect more of that shit if he loses. Expect it again if he loses again. It's going to be the same bullshit all over again, and we're going to be in a whole new court case for things and shit. But in our country there are choices. They aren't the only choices out there. They might be the major players, but they are not the only ones on the ballot. Everyone could vote for a third party that no one even knows just to get rid of both of their asses. I think Kamala should take over for president. That's my personal opinion, especially with Biden getting older and having COVID recently. That makes me wonder if he's fit enough to be president in a medical way, not in a mind way. I don't think his mind is going all that much, really. Yeah, we need more than two parties. We really do. We need that third option. We need that third nuclear option. I wish there was a Ross Perot right now. I wish there was an independent candidate right now. That's what I wish for, because we could choose someone way better. So if you're out there, independent guy, get your ass up there and start being, you know, yeah. And I know, like I said, they're not that far apart in age either. It's not like oh, you're older than me, haha, whatever. You know, bullshit, my man, bullshit. Okay, I am trying to find something. Oh, I know where to go. I haven't rated her forever, and she is a beautiful streamer. Okay, I'm gonna send you. We don't go to channels like this very often, but she's one of my very good friends, and she is a variety game streamer. She plays a lot of horror slash goth like games. She likes things like Once Human and stuff like that. She likes the horror kind of a game. Her name is Venora Darkwolf, and we're gonna go give her a lurk and a follow. All I ask is if you're coming along with me to please show her all the love and respect. She just got partner, and she's been working so hard at making her stream be brilliantly beautiful. If you ever wanted to find a kind, wonderful soul to be a part of a community of, here she is, Vanilla Darkwolf. I really suggest that you follow me along. Give her 5 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking for her. If you don't like her after that, I understand. Please go self-care. Please go take care of yourselves. I love each and every one of my beautiful stars. Thank you for being with me during my stream today. I will see you tomorrow at my normal time. We'll see you then, guys. And we're going to play the pretty music on the way out once I get the pretty music going. And get my raid going, because I got to get that going too. Alright. So I got my raid message all ready to rock and roll. As soon as we go. We only got one viewer, so hey, one viewer, thank you for coming with me. I love you, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. I am not going to play music. I'm just going to get the fuck out of here. As soon as I can find my OBS. Nope. Wrong. Yes, I know. Cancel. Alright. So, we'll see you then, guys. See you tomorrow.
Stop it! Oh my goodness, sweetie. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you, no problem, honey. Hello, sweetie. Welcome on in. This show is very nice. Welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Bernard Darkwolf, full-time content creator, known as the Frog on Twitch. How was your stream on Profit? And thank you for bringing your wonderful community with us here. We're doing hashtag match by meta. We're looking at different houses and all that fun stuff. Oh, thank you. This guy's house is nice. I do like this house. I hope this guy doesn't come in here and see me looking, but I'm looking respectfully. Very nice house here. Very nice house here. Imagine if he comes in and sees me. I'm just gonna like yeet. Just gonna yeet out of his house. I'm ready to yeet out of his house. I'm sorry, you leave your doors open. Kinda gotta close your doors, you know? But I'm also trespassing, so that's not good either. You know, I was in stream today, full of you, we helped. I'm so glad to hear that. Placebo!